Oh, it's perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to make pork a couple of ways. You can do this with beef too, but it's hard sometimes if you don't have food that you can grab and go really easy in your fridge. And so I like to make a this is a pork shoulder roast. It doesn't have to be a shoulder, but any kind of like pork or beef roast. We're going to put it just in a little bit of broth. It doesn't matter what kind of broth. And you can either slow cook it, pressure cook it, Instant Pot it, whatever you have available. The big thing is just we're gonna pressure cook it or slow cook it until it's tender and it falls apart. And then I'm gonna show you what we do with it at that point and how you can make a bunch of cool meals that you have to grab and go in your fridge. Okay, so first we're just gonna dump a little bit of broth in here just to get some liquid on the bottom of the pan so it doesn't burn. About half cup or a cup, it does not have to be a lot. There's gonna be a lot of juice that comes out of the meat when it cooks, so you don't want a lot of extra liquid in here. Okay, so I'm going to pressure cook it. Okay, so I actually ended up pressure cooking the pork for about 2 hours because the roast was so big, just to make sure it got tender enough to really be able to pull it apart and make it easy to work with. Okay, so we're just gonna shred it, get all the, take out the big pieces of fat. All this nice tender meat shredded up, and I'm gonna show you what to do with it. So we just finished shredding up some of our pork. I'm not using all of it. Remember, you can use it for a bunch of different stuff, and that was a big slab of meat. So what I've done is I've taken the amount that I want to make barbecued pork, and there's this sauce. I get it at Walmart. It is sugar-free barbecue sauce, and it has 1 carb per tablespoon, which means there's enough protein in this meat to cancel out just the tiny bit of carbs that is in here, and you can have it as a pea food. Drizzle some of this in here. And then I'm just gonna mix it up and see how it looks and make sure it has like the moisture content that I want. So I want it nice and saucy. Oh, it's perfect.